Evening. Welcome to Star Talk. I'm Ken Eccles, and we're happy to have you with us on the program tonight. A little bit stormish right now here in the wonderful land of Eden. Um, Hang on. Yeah, it's kind of stormish right now. In fact, do you hear that thunder? But I'm just going to ignore that. No matter how loud it, we're not going to pay any attention to that. We have a phone number that you can call. The number right there is up there on your screen. We also have an email address that you can email, and that is keneckleslive at gmail.com. And we'd love to hear from you by phone or by email. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Well, good evening, Mr. Ken.
Good evening.
Yeah, just want to remind everybody to check on your loved ones. It's getting a little hot now outside in the mornings and evenings. And, check on your loved ones. Make sure they have an air conditioner or fan. Check on your pets. Make sure the water is changed or bring them inside for a little while.
Good. All these are good ideas, and let's hope everybody will do that. And for your own part, stay hydrated.
Yes. Make sure you got plenty of water. Make sure your family members go get them a case or two of bottled water. Put it in the house for them. If you have to, put some in the fridge for them so
And
they can have.
Especially if if you have neighbors or people close by who live alone, and in particular older folks who live alone. Check on them every now and then.
Yes, check on your elderly neighbors. Make sure you tell their family members to go check on them to make sure they're okay. Sit over there for at least 30 minutes to an hour every day if you can. It's not going to hurt you.
Good ideas. I hope we will all do that.
Yeah.
Is it storming in Danville?
No.
Okay.
I dare the storm to come up here.
All right. Well, I guess that, of course, would be a factor. So you're not not in Eden, though, and we do have a storm here right now. It could, for all we know, it could be moving along Highway 311 toward Danville in the near future.
Well, I welcome it. I welcome the cool down. I am in my room. I got the air conditioner blasting. I've got some red wine open. Had a steak dinner with some mashed potato and gravies tonight.
So you got a steak dinner in your room?
Yes. I don't eat in the kitchen.
You have a staff that brings all that to your room. You don't have to go to the kitchen or the dining room.
No, I don't have to go to the dining room. I just tell them what I want, and I tell them what I want, and they bring it to me. They're paid good enough.
That is the life. Really is.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and most likely, don't forget, I still have that coupon for a free dinner at Bojangles for you and the missus.
Oh, I have not forgotten. I will not. I don't forget free food.
Oh, yeah, it's on me. When you decide to come, just give me a head. Just let me know it a day ahead so I can get the coupon out and get ready to use it when you show up.
I will. I certainly will.
And most likely we can take pictures and we can show it on your show.
Oh, that would be good too. And that reminds me, I forgot to send the Sergeant Slaughter. Forgot to send the Undertaker belt to Martinsville. I'll try to remember to do that tonight, and we'll let everybody see it.
Yes, I want everybody to see what I took from the Undertaker.
All right, I'll look into that. I'll write myself a note.
Well, thank you, sir. Everybody have a good night. Be safe. Charles Danville says we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, sir.
Thanks for calling. And let's see. Phone line is open now. There's the number that you can call. The email address is keneckleslive at gmail.com. Excuse me. I just heard a great rush of rain hitting the house. I hope that was a rain and not a great rush of something else hitting the house. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's rain. But anyway, as I said, I'm going to ignore the storm and just pay attention to what we're doing here. Still have a few folks who haven't made their picks for Chicago. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, Ken. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. You say it's raining down in Eden today?
It is raining quite a lot right now.
Well, we up here in Ridgeway, and I haven't seen any in my way, just a little thunder.
Yeah. Well, maybe this rain will move toward you. We will see.
Well, I sure hope so. Sure hope so.
Now,
But, I want to.
I was just speaking of people who haven't made their picks for Chicago yet. And here you are. Who do you want?
I'm gonna take you 45 this week.
Okay, Leon has the 45 Tyler Reddick for the Chicago street race. It's in the book.
All right, Ken. Are you gonna be at the parade up there at the funeral home Friday?
Friday, I'll be there. Yeah.
All right, then. You have a happy 4th and enjoy yourself and be safe.
Well, you too, Leon. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Ken.
Good night. Okay, Leon has 45. Where is Leon? Leon is in 6th place right now. Leon spent many weeks close to the bottom, but then he rallied. So he's up to number 6, and he is 23. No, he's not. He's 33 points out of first place. So far, Mark has the 11. Mr. Leaksville has the 88. Mr. Pelham has the 5. Leon has the 45. Charles from Danville has the 5. Citizen D has the 45. Liberal has the 24. Early Bird has the 88. So those are the picks that are in the book so far for the Chicago street race. Probably get a few more by email tonight, I expect. But here's an email that says, Ken, I heard North Carolina is outlawing vaping starting in July. Is that right? No. No. North Carolina is not outlawing vaping in July, which, by the way, is tomorrow. No, today is July, actually. What North Carolina has passed a law that that establishes a state registry. The North Carolina Department of Revenue, of all people, have established a state registry of approved vaping products. And, excuse me, as of today, it is only legal in North Carolina to sell and buy vaping products on that approved list. Now, it's a pretty long list. It's about 900. I didn't know there were that many. There are about 900 vaping products on that approved list in North Carolina that can be bought and sold. And there's a few that are not on there. If you want to know what's on the list, you can go to the North Carolina Department of Revenue website and find it there. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good evening to you, Ken.
Good evening.
Want to double back to something, back to your NASCAR soiree, shall we say?
Okay.
I was curious earlier today, and I'm curious, where is the chat AI standing at this point in time?
Number 5. Chat's had a couple of good weeks. He was down around 12 for a while, but he's up to number 5 right now.
Well, yeah, the last I heard, he was down around 12 or 15 or so. And it occurred to me, anyway, I just found that kind of curious. But all right, well, thank you. I just wanted to know where the AI was parked at this point in time, shall we say.
In case somebody's wondering, Chat has not made a pick yet for Chicago. We're still waiting for that.
And for what it's worth, and I'm not participating in the game, you guys might not want to overlook A.J. Allmendinger this weekend, by the way.
Oh, well, no, nobody's picked him. Nobody's picked him for anything that I remember.
Yeah, but we're getting into street courses and road courses, and he does a little better than average most of those places.
That's right. We're closing out the segment with 2 road courses, so that's pretty good advice.
Well, Brumner, for what it's worth, I'm a little bit southwest of you, just by a mile or two. I think the rain has just finally slacked up a minute ago, but I saw you duck right after I'd seen a flash of lightning, and I went, yeah, he's kind of jumpy up there this evening.
Well, I'm about 3 feet from the weather here. Now I've got windows in between me and the weather, but that's still kind of close.
I saw you flinch there, and I went, he's about as nervous as a hooker in church. But anyway, have a good evening. Yeah.
Oh, thanks for calling. Thanks a lot. One thing that makes me a little more nervous than I otherwise might have been is a storm came up in August of 2021, and a big tree fell on the house during that storm. Now, mind you, that big tree is no longer there. It can't fall on the house again. But there are other trees out there. So I always kind of think about that when there's a storm. Now I'm really thinking about it. Let's move on. Anyway, about the list of approved vaping products, it's at the North Carolina Department of Revenue, NCDOR, a site where many of you go and enjoy paying taxes. I know I do. But you can see that 900 item list of approved vaping devices on there right now. Now, the law, actually, technically the law took effect May 1st, but no one was ready for it on May 1st. So the General Assembly, in its wisdom, delayed the full implementation for 60 days. And now that 60 days have run. That 60 days has run out. So now is the time. Lost my email. Here it is. Lost my email phone. Hello, Ken. I live on West Washington Street, out close to the Stoneville Road intersection. There was a big storm here. Now it has slacked off, and I guess it's probably right over you right now. Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Mr. Draper has the 24 for Chicago, says Mr. Draper. Wait, I'm writing that in the wrong place. So Mr. Draper is part of this pretty hot battle here at the top. Mark has 352, Mr. Leaksville 351, Mr. Pelham 341, Mr. Draper 333. So they have picked, let's see, Mr. Draper has 24, Mr. Pelham has 5, Mr. Leaksville has 88, Mark from Mayodan has 11. And right behind that pack is the aforementioned Chat GPT with 320, just ahead of Leon with 3. So like I'm doing a race here. So it's going to be a pretty interesting last 2 weeks here. It's kind of a toss-up between 5 people, and 1 artificial intelligence. All have a chance to win it as of right now. This emailer says, Ken, whatever happened about the farm workers? They said they were not going to deport farm workers. Is that what's happening? Well, we'll get back to that in a second. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
My apologies, Mr. Kim, but we are.
Okay, well, thanks for letting us know. Weather Central. We can tell you now that thunder's being heard from Danville. Often, not every time, but often, when a storm passes over my estate here, then it goes to Danville. Often. Farm workers, we talked about that, and so did the president. A few weeks ago, he said he said they were going to make provisions for folks who, even though they were in the country illegally, were doing the important work on farms and in hotels and those sorts of places, and that they were going to give them some kind of special consideration for deportation. Then a few days later, Tom Homan, when he's head of ICE, is that what he is? Said, no, we're still deporting those folks just like they were anybody. And then a few days ago, the president again said that they needed to make special consideration for those folks. And the president said on, was it Saturday? I think it was sometime during the weekend, or maybe it was Friday. The president said that they would be announcing in the coming days some sort of a special program for farm and hospitality workers and other undocumented aliens who are working. So that's where it stands right now. They have not yet announced that program or exactly what it's going to involve. But as far as I know right now, they are still deporting farm workers. That's getting loud. That's getting real loud outside there. But we'll hang on here. We will. Another law that takes effect today, even though it won't really have any effect until school starts, a new law in North Carolina requires students to turn off their cell phones in school. They will not be allowed to use their cell phones, in class anymore. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
How you doing, Mike? Ken?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. We hadn't had any rain here yet. I was here at lightning. It's thundering a little bit, but I hadn't seen any rain yet.
Okay, well, we got all of the above right now, thunder and lightning and rain.
Yeah, it's been raining all around me for about a week, but we had nothing, Ken. We need some rain bad.
So you've been dry all through this?
Yes, sir. Sure have.
Wow.
I mean, it's rained up on 700 different places.
Okay. Well, those are pretty long odds that with all these storms, you would not have gotten any rain. Surely you're going to get some at some point.
I hope so. My grass is needing it bad. It does.
Well,
I heard.
My grass has plenty, and right now it's getting some more.
Okay, share it with us because I need some.
Now, what'd you start to say?
I heard that Trump had an AA meeting today. Did you see that? I didn't know the man drank.
An AA meeting? No, I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, I heard he went down to Florida with that alligator Alcatraz thing.
Oh, all right. Now I understand it. Yeah, he was at Alligator Alcatraz today.
Have you done any research on that camp they so called it?
Well, I don't know if I'd call it research. I mean, I know they have tents set up, and they've got lots of chain link fencing and barbed wire around. I believe there is one air conditioned building where staff members will sit, but everybody else, as I understand it, will live in a tent.
Yeah, it looks like a tent that they first built down here at the casino in Danville, but it's kind of like 6 of them. And
Yeah.
What I've learned, it took them 9 days to put the situation up, and it cost $450 million.
Yeah,
Can you believe that?
they put it up real quick in a little over a week. I had not heard that it cost $450 million, so that's news to me.
Yeah, and they did not contract it out. They just picked people to do it and get it done overnight pretty much, and no bid jobs either,
The land, I don't know if they paid anything for the land or not. The land did belong to, I think, Dade County, and the feds kind of confiscated the land. I don't know if that cost anything. I haven't heard anybody say.
Yeah, but I mean, $450 million for 6 tents and a couple of trailers. I mean, is that not a little exorbitant or what?
You know, that sounds kind of steep. I mean, we're getting right at $500 million. But now they're not, everyone, they're not like tents, you know, not like the tent you used to take when you went camping in the Boy Scouts. They're actually structures, as I understand it. Even though they call them tents, they're a little more than tents, I believe.
Well, they're exactly like the ones at the casino in Danville had when they first built it.
Okay, all right, good. If somebody saw the temporary casino, then that's what they look. Are they about that same size? They're not that big, are they?
No, it's I think it's 2 large ones and 4 small ones separating the 2 large ones.
Well, now it's supposed to accommodate 30,000 people. Is that right?
I heard 5,000 kids.
Oh,
but,
well, that's a big difference from 30,000.
Yeah, but you know, can you imagine living in the Everglades without air conditioning? I mean, I don't care what you're living in, you know.
Well, that's going to be uncomfortable. I don't think there's any way around that. What I wonder about is what do they do if there's a hurricane? I don't see how the staff or the inmates could stay out there in the middle of a hurricane. So I hope they have a contingency plan for that. Surely they do.
Well, let's hope so. But you know, it kind of reminds me of the movie of Key Largo. You know, when that storm hit.
Humphrey Bogart, Key Largo.
And the Indians were caught outside. Remember that?
Yeah, I do. And they wouldn't let them in the hotel.
Right.
But that was because the gangsters were in there and wouldn't let them in the hotel.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's something about the race. I thought myself and Mr. Draper had the same number last week. Did we not, or did we?
Let me look here. You and Mr. Leaksville had the same number, 24, but Mr. Draper had the 12.
Oh, Mr. Draper had the 12 last week?
Mr. Draper and Leon behind you had the, so top 2, you and Mr. Leaksville had the 24, number 3 and 4, Leon had the 12.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Now, Mr. Draper's got the 24 this week.
Okay, cool. All right. I'm just checking. My misunderstanding. I thought we had the same numbers pretty much.
Nope. You and Mr. Leaksville had the same numbers.
Okay. All right. All right, Ken. I'm finally getting a little rain here, so I appreciate you turning me on to it.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're getting some moisture. Congratulations.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thanks for calling. Phone line is open at that number. The email address is keneckleslive@gmail.com. I just saw a flash of lightning there. Don't mind me. When I see lightning flash, I tend to notice it. But it'll be fine, I'm sure. Let's see. This emailer says, Ken, what did you say we have to do tomorrow about the vaping stuff? Where can you see that list? You see that list at NCDOR, the North Carolina Department of Revenue website. Is where you can see that list of your favorite vape products, or maybe your favorite vape products won't be on there. I don't know. But that's where you can see the list to determine what you will still be able to buy or not buy in North Carolina when it comes to vaping. Ken, this is Citizen D, and I'm pulling for Mark from Mayodan, since I am officially out of the running this time, but I can't wait to reclaim my title in the 3rd stage. Also, I really wish some of the callers that call in complaining about Trump every single night could get some meds to correct their anxiety, as it's unhealthy to worry about what Trump does 24 hours a day. It doesn't really matter what his poll numbers are, as he is your president for another 3.5 years. unless you become a citizen of another country. Hello, email. Hang on a second, emailer, while I finish this email, and then I'll be right with you. And then it goes on to say, we really should enact the rule Briscoe brought up of the 3-minute rule when discussing politics. While we were on Trump, I bought eggs at Aldi in Guilford County for $2.19. I am smart enough to know that the president doesn't have anything to do with egg prices, but since he was getting the blame for the high egg prices, then they should call in and give him credit for the price falling to $2.19. Well, thank you, Citizen D. That's a good suggestion. Hello, caller. You are on the air now. Go ahead.
Hey, Ken, how you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. Excuse me. He was talking about no air conditioning down there.
Yeah. What
No.
about that?
They got huge air conditioners. They got the whole thing's air conditioned. The whole thing is air conditioned.
Okay.
And
good.
it's the safest place to go. Safest place to go during a hurricane. Okay, it's flat. It goes right over you. It don't blow nothing against you. Maybe some bushes, tree limbs, but there ain't nothing there
Well, let me
to
ask
disturb.
you. Hey, well, let me ask you this. I mean, you live in Florida. It's in the Everglades. Right. Does the Everglades flood in a hurricane?
No, Alligator Alley don't. Are you aware of Alligator Alley?
I am not.
It goes from the East Coast to the West Coast, or from the West Coast to the East Coast, down below south of Lake Okeechobee.
All right.
And it's a straight line. And about halfway through there, or somewhere in there, is that airport that's been there for many, many years. And the runway can land Air Force One on it. They can land big stuff on the runway. It's so big. And it's a secured facility. There's no really escaping unless you can't walk through that much swamp. You can't, they talk about the alligators and pythons. Well, they didn't mention the water moccasins.
Well, they're worth mentioning.
And the big garfish and stuff like that that's in that water.
So nobody's going to be running away.
No, they won't. They might, but they won't run far.
All right.
Because they'll get tired, and there'll be another alligator around the corner if he outruns one. But an alligator can outrun a racehorse for the first 30 yards.
Well, 30 yards probably going to be all he needs.
Yep, on a dead sprint. I mean, he can launch out from a dead standstill to up to that far like that. Outrun a racehorse for the first 30 feet.
Well, now I knew they could run.
All you got to do is have somebody with you. Yeah, they can. All you got to do is have somebody with you and be able to outrun them. We'll trip them up.
Well, yeah, I know. All I got to do is outrun you.
Right. Your long legs, that wouldn't be hard to do. My legs ain't about 2 foot long. My legs ain't about 2 foot long. I wouldn't have a chance to run away from them.
Have you got a storm over there?
Yeah, a little bit of rain, not really bad. It's thundering toward Danville way. Danville due east to me, straight off my porch is due east. And I can see the sun come up in the mornings and all that right over the horizon. And so all of that's heading toward Danville now, and it's about gone from here.
Okay, we still got a lot of lightning over here.
Yeah, I haven't seen much lightning down this way, but I haven't been out looking for it. I hope it don't find it.
I don't usually go looking for it. It finds me.
Oh gosh, I know.
Hey, are you going to be in the parade Friday?
Well, I was going to ask something about it because it would be nice. It snuck up on me now. I've got my boat out there on blocks and lifted up so I'm working on the bottom of it. Just those 1,300 holes I drilled to put the polymer screws in. That's fine, but they're dragging the ground and catching dirt and grass and dragging the boat down. So I've gotten under there and jacked the rear up and got it up about 2 foot, about 1.5 foot high. And I've been under it with a drill and a countersink that I ground the end off of, so I got the outer edges, and it's making the holes perfectly round so that it don't gather or catch anything or have any resistance in the water or on land. And I'll be finished with that tomorrow. If it don't rain all day.
Well,
And then I'll just put it back on the trailer and be ready to go.
the big question, though, that everybody wants to know the answer is, when's it going in the river?
Well, any day now, to be honest with you. I probably won't go before the 4th, but any day it's ready to go. I just wanted to get those holes finished under the bottom so that I would know when I got in the water that I didn't have any resistance from that. Because I got to now, after I get it in the water, I've got to fine tune the hull to the water.
How do you do that?
I may have to put a jack in it, which I've got jacks made out here, and you screw the jacks down over the stringers that are made in the bottom of the boat. Now the runners on the rigging that the engine stand and my seat sits on the stringers in the bottom of the boat and bolts to it with a 45-degree angle piece of metal, and from one end to the other, and then the rigging runners bolt to the stringers,
Okay.
and you can put a jack from each runner and jack the two stringers down in the middle, adjusting it with nuts, and push it down a little. If it's too much, you back off of it a little. And that'll put just a small crown in the boat where you need it so that it doesn't stay sucked to the water or glued to the water. And I want it loose on the water where it'll start hopping, but I have to use a trim tab a little bit.
Okay. Well, now you're going to let us
Yeah,
know. You're going to let us know when it's time to launch it, right?
Yeah. I want to put it in the parade because I got my mermaid candy stuff on it and the decals and all of that, but it's kind of dirty right now. I need to pressure wash it. I got a pressure washer right here. I just got to get it done.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't make my.
9
I
o'clock.
couldn't make. I pulled a muscle in my left arm, and doggone, it's up in my neck and down my back and all of that. I couldn't even make myself go out there today.
Man, you're always pulling stuff and breaking stuff.
Years old, I'm lifting 200 pounds at a time, and just still acting like I was 40 or 50.
All right, 9 o'clock
Okay.
Friday morning. We'll look for you.
All right. Have a good one.
Thanks
Bye-bye.
for calling. Mr. Draper and his boat. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please. Hello? Hello? Try one more time. Hello? Well, we seem to have lost that caller. The phone line is open. We'll try this one. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Hello, Ken. How are you tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm just fine, Ken. I tell you, I haven't called in since last time. I sort of was a little, I got off track with what somebody said about Mr. Liberal right there. I enjoy hearing Mr. Liberal talk. I really do. And the guy said something about mopping the floor with him, but that was as far as I was talking about racing. That's what he was talking about. He didn't mean talk about no fighting or nothing like that.
No.
Yeah, so that's what he was meant. He said, I'm going to mop the floor with Mr. Liberal. But I enjoy hearing Mr. Liberal talk. He's a very intelligent man. That's what I want to let him know that right there.
Well,
and,
I think he is, yeah.
Okay, yes, sir. So at the end of the day, so what I'm trying to say is, as far as people, Ken, as far as I understand, they're talking about cutting Medicaid. And I called in about Medicare, but sooner or later, I got in my mind that that's coming as far as Medicare is coming too. But, as far as Medicaid going, you got people in nursing homes and stuff like that's going to be affected by that. And they talking about the illegal immigrants. It's going to go farther than that. And as far as Trump knows, he knows this right here too. And then there's Elon Musk. He done left Trump right there. And what I'm trying to say,
I
excuse
think
me.
Musk said today he's thinking about starting his own political party.
Yes, yes, true. And and he's saying that it was the last thing he'd do because he helped Trump, and he helped that man got elected. This man spent a whole lot of money on helping this man get elected, and then he gonna turn his back on this man right here because he don't want to go along with the great big ugly bill he's got coming out. And this man right here knows what's in this bill. If people take time to read this bill right here, they would see what's going on in this bill.
Well,
and my thing.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, my thing is, if people take time to realize what's going on in this bill that he's got, it's not helping the lower class people. It's not. And I don't understand why people sit up there and say, well, he's doing a great job. He's doing this. It's not helping the lower class. I don't see where it's going to help the lower class. And if Elon Musk can pull out of it, and this man and put all this money into helping this man get in there, and then he going to turn his back on Elon like he done did, he would turn his back on us. That's what I'm looking at, Ken.
Well, the bill, and I think there's been a lot of misunderstanding on what is in it and what's not in it. What it does, if it passes, is it maintains the tax cuts that passed in 2017. The bill it doesn't actually have new tax cuts in it. It stops those tax cuts from expiring, which they would do this year. Because that's the way the bill was written in 2017. Most of those tax cuts expired after 2025. So what the bill does is it stops those tax cuts from expiring. So in that sense, I think probably, and I know I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it because somebody will prove me wrong. I think almost everybody got a tax cut in 2017. I'm not going to say everybody, but certainly almost everybody did. So the bill does maintain whatever tax cut you got in 2017, it maintains that. That's what it does.
Okay. All right. So at the end of the day, so you saying a tax cut right there that can. So this great bill right here, what's coming forward now is the money that the rich people help him get into office with. It's gonna help those people. You're gonna give a tax cut to the rich right there. They're gonna get their money back for helping him get elected.
Well,
it
is true that everybody got a tax cut, but obviously the more money you make, the more of a tax cut you got.
Right. Right. So, like I'm saying, Elon Musk was right. And so he was saying that what money that them rich people helped him got elected. Even the people the low class people that helped him got elected too. Simple fact is they thought that he was helping them. Okay, so at the end of the day though, Ken, he's not looking at these people us down here for real. Way I look at it, he don't look at us like as far as like ICE coming in. Ken, I look on the road over here as far as people working right now and seeing him running people ICE running people out of the well-known patches and out of the strawberry patches. And I look on the road out here, man, working. And you know what? I went up one street right there. I'm not going to call no name. And I used to see a whole lot of immigrants out there working. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I go down that street here the other day here. All I see is white and blacks. Okay. That I ain't seen none. No. But I went on the other street above it right there. I seen one or two. So, and at the end of the day, then, as far as we was getting people putting roofs on our houses at a low price or whatever, and they would do this within about a day. I mean, put that roof up there and that roof right there, you got a new roof. I seen somebody out there, I had no immigrants out there, and it took them almost a week to put that roof on that house, that old shingles on that house. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So even though at the end of the day, then he's got immigrants working for him, and I guarantee you, no ICE is touching them.
Well,
Ain't nobody touching them yet.
I mean, there's any doubt. I think everybody agrees on this, is that a whole lot of jobs, and I don't know the exact number, but certainly a very large number of jobs in construction, certainly in farm work, certainly in the hotel business. An enormous number of those jobs have been filled by undocumented immigrants. I think we all acknowledge that.
Yeah. So so like I'm saying is too, and now I'm gonna let you go after this right here. So I'm going from here in Danville towards Chatham or wherever in North Carolina towards Chatham. I see immigrants out there in the tobacco field. Yeah. They out there with the scarves on their heads and the long sleeve shirts doing the tobacco what we used to do.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna do that no more. We're not doing that. You can see us walking down the street with the pants hanging down and whatnot. Not doing that no more. You know what I'm saying? So what these farmers gonna do?
Well, that's the big point. That's the point of, as I said, the president said the other day that they have a plan to accommodate farmers who don't want to lose those workers and hotel owners. Now we don't know. We don't know what plan is yet. I haven't heard anything else about it since then. He says that they will be announcing a plan to keep those folks available. So I guess we'll know in a few days whether that plan comes along or not.
Okay, kid. I'm gonna let Mr. Liberal come on. I want to hear what he has to say about this, and I'm gonna let that go with that. Okay, you have a blessed night, Ken, and thank you for taking my call.
Thanks for calling. Phone line is open. It is 746, 78 degrees, and we'll do some radio here. So we have some minutes left for your phone calls and emails. It's KenEcclesLive@gmail.com. If you want to send an email, and the phone line is on your screen there. Hey, Ken, this is Jack. I think I will choose the number 54, Ty Gibbs, this weekend. I'm shooting for the stars. Okay, Jack is in 10th place, and he's taken the 54. His strategy, clearly, is to have a driver that most other people don't have. So that's really the only way you can gain a lot of points at this stage of the game, is to take somebody nobody else has, hope that driver wins. Now I've lost my earbud here, so bear with me a second. And hello, caller, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Please. Hello.
All right. Look, did you hear Tom Tillis' speech that Star Talk televised today?
I did not hear the speech. I did read something about what Senator Tillis said.
Okay. All right. But anyway, if you get a chance, pull up the whole speech, listen to it, because he gave details about why was damaging to us, to people, you know.
Yeah,
and
I understand.
He talked about the hospital closing, and then people having to pay for the people in these nursing homes. Okay.
Right.
And anyone who think it's fair that the way they're going about it is not whether you're legal or not. It's based on the job that you're doing. Now, a person that works at Waffle House or the Walmart or anywhere like that, they should be treated the same as these immigrants in the farms and hotels.
Well, you're talking about undocumented people who work.
That's right. That's
Okay,
right.
I
I mean,
understand.
Yeah. Why should the people, the ones that work on jobs that they prefer, be left here, and then the ones that like work at Waffle House or somewhere be rounded up and sent to detention center?
Well,
Is that fair?
it would make sense to me. This is just to me. This is not, I'm not, nobody else has to think what I think. It makes sense to me that the ones who are working, who have jobs and are
And haven't
working,
committed crimes.
haven't committed crimes, are doing
Right.
jobs that need to be done, that you would treat all of them equally, and maybe that's how it'll work out. I don't know, but yeah, that's
Correct.
the way it
Correct.
should be.
Correct. That's correct. And that's the problem I have with it. If somebody illegal, that's fine. But just don't pick and choose the workers that benefit you and your wealthy friends.
Well, I think what the president said, this is not exactly what he said, but I believe the gist of what he said. He mentioned farm workers, and he mentioned workers in hospitality industry, and I think he mentioned restaurant workers too. I think.
Right. So those construction workers, all of those construction workers and people we see on the highway in the heat, working 100 degrees, people we see up on roofs and all 90 and 100 degrees, they got to go.
Well,
right.
I don't remember hearing him mention construction workers in particular. I expect he is hearing. I expect he is hearing. I know he's hearing from farmers because he said he is. I'm pretty sure he's hearing from hotels, and maybe he may be hearing from construction companies too. But we'll be on the alert for that plan, and we'll see what's in it when we see it.
Right. And people, like I said, you got people complaining about the time. I have no problem with the time because I can talk fast. But when they go to a time constraint, don't pick the subject, pick the callers. I mean, treat your callers. Give them 3 minutes, no matter what they're talking about. And then that's fairness to everybody. But just because it's a subject they don't, somebody don't like, I don't think it's fair just to time that and not time sports and other things.
I won't do that. I mean, if we do the 3-minute rule, it'll be for everybody. And
all right, Ken.
We've had it. It's come and it's gone. And when we've had it, there are people who say they don't like it, and when we don't have it, there are people who say they do like it. But whatever we do, we'll do the same for everybody.
Good shot, Ken. That's all. Fair. Whenever you be fair, you'll be right, and you can't go wrong that way. Appreciate your show, and I'll let you go. Bye.
Well, thanks for calling. And that is time. Is it? Still got a couple of minutes for your phone calls and your email. Through the storm, I think the storm has actually slacked off a little bit right now. And let's look back over here. Let's see. This emailer says, Ken, I want to get back to that cell phone thing. So the law is now that the students cannot be on their phones when they're in school. I hope everybody agrees with that. I sure do agree with it, because I don't think they need to be texting and playing farm brigade, playing farm brigade or whatever it is they do while they are in school. So I congratulate the governor for doing that. Well, it was the General Assembly actually that did it. The governor signed it. So I guess they did it together. Everybody had a hand in it. I don't know if they play Farm Brigade a lot. But there's lots of things that kids do on their cell phones while they're in class that it certainly seems to me in my ignorance that they ought not to be doing while they're in class. And yes, the law starting today, even though there's no school today, the law now in effect is in North Carolina, when a student is in class, the student has to turn off, shut down the mobile phone. There will be some who don't. I mean, hey, we've all been students. We know that a certain number of us are not going to follow any rule, and there'll be some that don't follow that rule. So then we're going to wind up with phones confiscated somewhere, and then we're going to wind up with a lawsuit. I expect. So we will see how all of that works out. But they do have to shut them down when school gets back in session in August. Gonna have to turn them off. Ken, what do you think it's gonna take? Oh, this is not a sports talk show, but I will entertain this question. Ken, what do you think it's going to take for Hubert Davis to keep his job at Carolina after this season? It's going to take for Hubert Davis to keep his job. It's going to take Carolina making the NCAA tournament and winning a few games. I expect they absolutely got to win. Got to make the tournament, and I think they have to win a game or two in order for Hubert Davis to keep his job at UNC this year. Anything less than that, and I believe Coach Davis will probably be gone. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Hey, Ken, it's Mark from Mid-End.
Hey, Mark. How you doing?
Okay, just got a storm down there going on. I won't keep you on the phone too much longer. But I just let everybody know on Tuesday, Fuzzy's Barbecue in Madison has a hot dog special, 2 hot dogs and a fry and drink for $8.
That's Tuesday at Fuzzy's.
Yeah, Tuesday at Fuzzy, yeah.
Okay, well, Mark, thanks for letting us know.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks a lot. Okay, sounds good. And that's all the time we have for Star Talk tonight, except for this. Pretty Man is taking the 45. Pretty Man is sent to me, it's long, like a 6-minute email, but obviously we're out of time now and we can't read it. So the important part is Pretty Man has the 45, and that's all for Star Talk tonight. We're on the air Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. I hope you'll join us next time. Thanks for watching. I'm Ken Echols.